Setting proper motivation with 3 points. A refuge field, Bodhichitta field, the purpose of this practice. First refuge field, visualize all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, particularly Buddha Shakyamuni, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and all the enlightened masters who are the source of inspiration for you with respect to cultivating universal compassion and the wisdom of emptiness and dependent origination. And how you visualize them, that they are so loving, caring, and embracing, like a mother look at the eyes of you, like the children. Bodhichitta visualize your 2 companions, all of whom members include children, and all other dear mothers and children beings living on the side, human beings, animals, insects, hungry wolves, god and goddesses, spirits, everyone in India, in your own country, in the entire world, oceans, wilderness, forests, the Milky Way galaxy, and the entire universe. And here you're like the mother and all others are like children. Imagine that you're looking at the eyes with so much love, care, attention, and embrace, to the extent that each one of them feels themselves so special in the eyes. And the purpose of our being together here is to awaken the hidden treasure within us, referred to as the Buddha nature. Buddha meaning the awakening, to awaken this hidden treasure within us by removing the mental dirt which otherwise obscure this incredibly precious treasure. And how to remove the dirt, mental dirt, by introducing a very counter force, that is wisdom of emptiness. And this wisdom of emptiness must be supported by very powerful motivation, the greatest of which is Bodhichitta, the desire to become Buddha for the benefit of sentient beings. In other words, in secular context, desire to awaken this hidden treasure, the desire to manifest this hidden treasure, that you experience the fearlessness and infinite happiness for the benefit of sentient beings. And this bodhicitta is, to what extent is a part of the bodhicitta is determined by your compassion. So universal compassion is a key to this. And to feel compassion towards others, you need to feel the pain within yourself. And you should have the aspiration to get rid of these pains that have been so acute. We have seen in our own lives, in your own life, in the lives of others, you can see the pain of otherwise having to live in this dream created by self-grasping ignorance. So with a very strong desire to aspiration to awaken this Buddha nature by resolving this emptiness with the motivation of bodhicitta, supported by the great compassion and which in turn is supported by the renunciation with its mind. Now I request Joshua to say the prayers.
We are at the bottom of page 3. Enthused by great compassion, you taught the Immaculate Dharma to dispel all perverted views. To you, the Buddha Gautama, I pay homage. Enthused by great compassion, you taught the Immaculate Dharma to dispel all perverted views. To you, the Buddha Gautama, I pay homage. Enthused by great compassion, you taught the Immaculate Dharma to dispel all perverted views. To you, the Buddha Gautama, I pay homage. Taking refuge and generating bodhicitta. First we'll say we'll say in Tibetan and then 3 times, and then we'll say in English 3 times. Sangye chodang soge chonam la jantu padolani kyapsuchi nage jinso ge pe sonam ge trola benche sangye juparasho. Sangye chodang soge chonam la jantu padolani kyapsuchi nage jinso ge pe sonam ge trola benche sangye juparasho. Sangye chodam soge chonam la janju paro dani kyapsuchi nage jinso ge pe sonam ge drola benche sangye druparasho. I go for refuge until I am enlightened with the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By my explanations of the practice of healing and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened with the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By my accumulations of the practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By my accumulations of the practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Independent origination, there is no ceasing, no arising, no annihilation, no permanence, no coming, no going, no separateness, and no sameness. I prostrate to the consummate Buddha, the supreme among all teachers, the one who taught his peace, which is freed of elaborations. I prostrate to the mothers of the hearers, the Bodhisattvas and the Buddhas, which through the knowledge of all lead hearers seeking pacification to complete peace, which through the knowledge of paths cause those helping migrators to achieve the aims of the world, and through the possession of which helps subduers expound a variety of teachings.
Okay, I'd like to explain this verse. This verse is very important, and we cannot guess unless we are technically introduced to this. Yet it's a very important verse. In Tibetan, this is "Nyendwe shio son kunshin yi shi chen zai kai, rola kanba chen chen yi ji zeba." Handa yanda debe tuna na bogo. Naso de soma nyendwe shi san de so de sanye ke yu da da cha. The Tibetan version. In English, we have this here, but it's translated here. It requires explanation. So basically, from this, these are the verses from very standard Buddhist texts. Very standard, which means that we will have to learn what is the true Buddhist teachings from these verses. Not you go to the street and then anybody will tell you anything. Do this puja, that puja, this Buddhism, and you can be just taken off the track. Whereas learn this thing, then you see, oh, it's very different. So here we see that it's very practical how we began our class with this retreat. What do you want? Begin from there. What do you want in your life? What is your aspiration? What's the goal? What's the purpose of life? From there we started. So we see that here there are three beings identified, and three beings with their own three purposes. They have own three different purposes indicated, and the three means to help these three beings to accomplish the three purposes. Beautiful. Let me say this once more. Three beings and their respective three purposes, and what helps them to attain the three purposes. For example, like the mother helped us come on the planet Earth. Mother helped us come on the planet Earth. So these beings, the three means which serve as the mother to help them accomplish their purpose. So the three beings, the three goals, and three mothers. Three mothers meaning the means, three means which help them to accomplish their goals. Okay, what are the three beings? Three beings, it's not like there are three beings outside there. It is how you think. Some people, okay, let's put it like this. Say, one class of beings, they are so scared of their own samsaric fears. Samsaric fears is scary, yes, of course. Otherwise, we live in the ignorance is bliss. But in reality, if you come to truly see samsara, is very, very scary. So one class of beings, and they are so scared of samsara that they want to get out of samsara very quickly. So their goal is just to get out of samsara, attain nirvana, personal nirvana. Within that category, there are two kinds. Within that category, just to make it just a little bit of introduction, there are two kinds. One known as Shravaka, and the other one known as Pradika Buddha. Shravaka, English translation, usually translated as hearers, Nyentu in Tibet. Nyentu. And other ones, Pradika Buddhas, or sometimes translated in English translated as solitary realizers. Shravakas and Pradika Buddhas. There are two. These two seek personal liberation. These two in one category. Then those who say, okay, I want to be liberated, yes, but then there's all my sentient beings are there suffering. I must work for them. For in this category, who want to work for others. In this category, we see that there too is somebody who is actually struggling to attain Buddhahood, and someone who already attained Buddhahood too. One who is struggling and the other who already attained. So those who struggle they are known as Bodhisattvas. And those who attain the result is known as Buddha. So three beings are there. And in which category you want to go into? Okay, but this resultant state. Don't go, Gade Bodhi Soha. Don't go for that. First you have to either go through the personal liberation or for Buddhahood too. So Buddhahood, we have to say first follow we have to struggle to attain that. That is Bodhisattva. So in other words, what are three beings? Personal liberation seekers, Bodhisattvas, and the Buddhas. These are three beings. And what are the goals? What are the goals? The personal liberation seekers, they seek personal peace. The goal of the personal liberation seekers is personal peace. And Bodhisattvas, they're struggling to help the beings. Help the beings. So help the beings. And the best way to help the beings is by giving teachings. That is the Buddha. For the Buddhas to turn the wheel of the Dharma, which means give teachings. And for the Bodhisattvas to help the beings. I want to help the beings. So in what way? And how to help the beings? By guiding them. By guiding the beings. What we learned on day one is that which is better, that you're feeding somebody all the time every day versus you teach the person how to feed himself or herself. So the second one is better. Even in your absence, the person can still get food. Whereas just keep feeding the person, the person will never learn how to get it. The moment you are absent, the person will again starve. So the Bodhisattvas, how they help is by guiding them to reach their respective goals. And the best way to guide them is when you become Buddha. That is by giving teachings, by sharing the wisdom. Okay, so what are the three beings? Personal liberation seekers, Bodhisattvas, and the Buddha. Three beings. And what are the three goals? Personal liberation seekers, what is the goal? Personal peace or personal liberation or personal nirvana. Bodhisattvas to benefit help the migrators, help the sentient beings in general. Then Buddhas to give teachings, to give them the motto of teachings. Three. And what helps these three beings to accomplish their three goals? This is known as the mothers. How the children, they're helped by the mothers to accomplish their goals. So for the personal liberation seekers, what helped them to attain the goal is the mental quality, not external puja. So you're getting it? It's a mental quality. So when you become learned, you become learned, you are protected. You agree? You are protected. The best way by which to be protected is you get the knowledge. That is the best way to protect yourself. For example, say if you were really good in physics or literature or chemistry or economics or helping beings, so forth, then you get the Nobel Prize. It's a mental qualities. Mental qualities. So everybody recognizes you. Everybody treats you very special. So it's about the mental quality. It's not about external fancy things. So it's not the Buddhist teachings. It's not about the puja, this puja, that puja, and so forth. It's about attaining mental quality. So it says that personal liberation seekers, the mother-like the mental quality, which helps them to attain the goal, is known as the knower of all. Knower meaning mental knowledge of all. All doesn't mean all phenomena. He has the all Four Noble Truths. All Four Noble Truths. Knower of the all, number one. Then Bodhisattvas, to attain the goal of benefiting helping the migrators is by the mental quality known as the knowledge of the paths. Because to teach the paths to others, you have to know the paths. So know the path. Number one is knower of all knowledge to all. For Bodhisattvas is know the path, Paths, paths. Then for the Buddhas, how they teach perfectly well, meaning, say for example, somebody wants to learn Four Noble Truths, and in a simple way, the Buddha will teach simple Four Noble Truths, not complicated. Whereas somebody wants to learn very complicatedly, the Buddha teaches them in the most complex way. So you should know the mental propensities and the inclinations and the temperaments and the faculties of the other person so perfectly well. So for that we require omniscient mind. Omniscient mind. So for the Buddhas, the omniscient mind is the mother-like figure which helps them to accomplish the activity of teaching the Dharma. Okay, so what are the three B's? Personal liberation seekers, Bodhisattvas and Buddhas. And what are the three goals for the personal liberation seeker? Personal liberation or personal nirvana. For Bodhisattvas, helping the migrators. Migration means for migrating samsara. And then for the Buddhas, to give teachings. Then what are the three? Yes. Say it again. If somebody is seeking personal liberation, okay. Somebody is seeking, the Bodhichitta means, may I become Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings. So as personal liberation, I say seeking nirvana, or let's put it like seeking liberation and seeking personal liberation, these two are different. For example, Bodhisattvas, they seek liberation, but they don't seek personal liberation. They seek liberation so that they can benefit others. Whereas the Shravakas and Prithik Buddhas, those who seek personal liberation, so these are not really interested in benefiting others. So they're only interested in their personal nirvana. So for them, there's no bodhicitta. But those people who seek personal liberation, when they reach a certain level, either through influence for others or when there is the ultimate point, which means their personal liberation, they do this just ecstasy of the liberal nirvana, this status experience, then the Buddha would make them arise from the meditation, come out of meditation, and the Buddha will divert them into Bodhisattva path. Then they will generate Bodhicitta at that point. So otherwise, they go just profusely to attain personal liberation. Yes.
Continuing from point of perfection, people who are like bodhisattvas who want to benefit for others, they cannot teach.
Yes, they can teach. So this is with respect to their primary job. Say, for example, say the bodhisattvas, I want to help all the beings, I want to guide all the beings. So then the best way to guide. So in a way, the third one, the Buddha is taught in order to tell us that if you really want to help the beings, then become a Buddha. Is to take in this direction. First, I want to help others. Are you sure you want to help others? Yes. In the best way of 50%. Best way. The best way, then you will Buddha. So it is to take somebody, then show the different paths, different possibilities. That, okay, you want to help others, very good. And then from the next step is you attain perfection in that state. That's Buddhahood. Good. Okay, so what is the mother for the personal liberation seekers? Knower of the all. Technical term. And what is knower of all? What is knower of all? Then Four Noble Truths. All Four Noble Truths. What is the mother for the personal liberation seekers? Knower of the all. What is the mother for the Buddhas? No, for Bodhisattvas. Knower of the paths. Then what is the mother for the Buddhas to attain, to give teachings? Omniscient mind. Omniscient mind. Very good. Okay. Yes.
And what is the path for the Bodhisattvas sacrifice?
Okay. Know the paths, meaning say if you Bodhisattvas, they can meet the personal liberation seeker, somebody who's a baby, personal liberation seeker baby, right? And say, I want to be liberated from samsara, I don't want to be in samsara. Don't worry. Then both service teach them personal liberation path. Personal liberation path, within personal liberation path, Shavaka path, within the Buddha path, Bodhisattva path. Yeah, good. Okay, so now when we say I prostrate to the, okay, I will quickly just identify what they are, and it becomes easy for us. I prostrate to the mothers. It's a plural. Why plural? 3 mothers are there. You getting it? So I was editing this book. I was working on this book. I translated this, and then my editors, they change once in every year. Edit change, but book never comes out. Edit change. When first editor comes, remove the mothers, make it mother, because one person cannot have mothers, only one mother. So remove the S. The person thought that Geshe was wrong. Again, suddenly I read the book. What happened? Mother's S is gone. What happened? Right? Then I checked with the secretary. No, the editor says no. We should have one person, only one mother. Right? Then I have to again explain from the beginning. Then the editor change. Again, next editor comes. Go somewhere up. Again, the next edition comes. Again, the S gone. What happened? It was my headache. Okay.
I have a question. I think you said Bodhisattvas are the ones struggling to attain Buddhahood, and
Yeah.
Buddhas are the ones who attain.
Yes.
Why are Bodhisattvas struggling? I thought they are the ones who attain Buddhahood and even for to go back.
Okay. So this is a big misconception spreading everywhere. You getting it? So therefore, the technical study is very important. What? Correct knowledge, complete knowledge, systematic knowledge. You're getting it? This is very important. Some people say that, oh, the Buddhas, they already left samsara. Bodhisattvas are greater, they come back. This you already heard. You're getting it? Okay. There's no coming back, going back. There's nothing there. It's samsara, right? It's the same place which, when your mind is so pure, you see the divine. When your mind is impure, you see samsara. You're getting it? There's no place to go to and leave and go, come. There's nothing like this. So, for example, like Mount Kailash, very clean, but 2 people go there, one with the dirty glasses and the other with the very pure glasses. You see, same Mount Kailash is very dirty. Dirty Mount Kailash seen by the one with dirty glasses, samsara. And the clean Mount Kailash seen by through the clean eye, clean glasses is the nirvana. You getting it? But it's just at the same places. There's no different place. So samsara and nirvana is just the state of your mind. So now, when you say that, okay, just see if it does make sense to you. So finally, Buddhahood, no Buddha, whatever, you leave samsara, come samsara, whatever, is awakening of hidden treasure. You're getting it? Hidden treasure. So the moment you say that, okay, now I come to discover that there is something known as hidden treasure within nature. So I need to discover that. Till that point, fears are attracted and happiness is very limited. So what I want to, natural desire is fearlessness, for fearlessness, infinite happiness. And yet I come to learn that I have the potential for this. Charles Darwin said no. And Buddha said yes. He said, with all of us, if there is there now, I discover it. I must work for all the beings. By uncovering the hidden treasure within me. So the moment you say, I must awaken this hidden treasure, you have started the journey. Gate. You're getting it? So hidden treasure, unraveled or not reveled? Manifest, not finished. Not manifested still. Simply desire came to you. I will. Not yet. I will. So but the moment you say, I will wholeheartedly, you got into the first gate. Then you keep, so metal dirt is to be removed. For example, we say a building torn down and the rubble, what do you call it? The ruins, you have to clear the rubbles. Clear the rubbles. It's just one go or slowly. Likewise, metal stains to be removed slowly. So till you remove completely, the process is involved. That process of keep removing, that's the Bodhisattva part. That's the Bodhisattva. When you remove completely, that's the Buddha. You getting it? So who is more smart? One who is removed completely or one who is partially removed? Exactly. So the Buddhas are the one who benefit the sentient beings most actively. Whereas the Bodhisattvas, they're trying their best, but the potential is not fully manifested. So therefore, many people, they said, Bodhisattvas are greater because the Bodhisattvas, they come back to some sort of healthy being. Some Buddhas, they left. This is too naive, both small children. Right? Okay. So now we'll say it together. Huh?
So, Geshe-la, do you think you are Buddha or Buddha?
Me. What happened?
You just teach it, and I see compassion and wisdom in you.
Okay, you do one thing. You do one thing. You getting it? Do one thing. Practice yourself. Practice yourself, and gradually when you start feeling it, then you will see where I am. Whether I'm a baby talking about Buddhahood, or someone middle, or Buddha, whatever you decide. You getting it? You will decide it later on. Because no matter, even if I say I'm Buddha, I can be generalized, you cannot judge it. Even if I say I'm Bodhisattva, you cannot judge it. If I'm just ordinary, I can be very ordinary. You getting it? So this is what I'm saying. So you cannot say no matter what I say. For example, say Sharon. We never know if she can be Buddha. We never know. No, that's true.
And also, you can't say on yourself. You can't say I'm Buddha.
Why not?
It's
I'm an
only
ordinary person. I can say that. What's the problem?
you can, because if you know that you are Buddha,
The Buddha? Huh?
if you know that you are, if you say on yourself that you are a Buddha,
Buddha, when he was just born, he took 7 steps. How many of you took 7 steps when you were born? You start walking. Raise hands. Sharon? Buddha walked. It took 7 steps. When he was born, he took 7 steps and said that I'm the supreme in the world. You read this. He said it. Just as if, so just imagine if a child is born, newborn, or walk 7 steps and says I'm supreme. Starts talking, I'm supreme. It's amazing or not amazing? Of course, a child, 1 day old child. If you walk, I'll surrender. I will say, oh Buddha, Sharon. You're getting it? Ordinary people cannot do that. Just the 8 billion human beings, just check who did it. Who did it? You're getting it? That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. Okay, so now that we identify what they are, and then the Joshua will continue. It says approach to the mothers. 3 mothers. Who are they? Mother of the hearers, which is personal liberation seekers. Bodhisattvas and the Buddhas. Now things become clear. The 3 beings identified. And now, say the mother of the, which refers to the 3 mothers, each of the mothers. Okay, sorry. Which through the knowledge of all. So the hearers, through the knowledge of all, that is the mother of the hearer, personal liberation seekers. The knowledge of the all, or the know of the all. Lead hearers seeking pacification. Hearers meaning personal liberation seekers. What the goal is? Pacification. Pacification is pacification of all your miseries. Right? To complete peace. This mother helps them to get to the complete peace, which is personal liberation. Next, the second mother, which through the knowledge of the path, second mother, which is the knowledge of the paths. Paths, causes souls having migrators. Those having, who are those causing the having migrators? Bodhisattvas. So those having bodhisattvas to achieve their goal. What's the goal? Aims of the world, meaning to help the beings, help the beings of the world. 3. Then finally, through the possession of which this implicitly indicated, it is the omniscient mind. Possession of, so in one translation I will be adding bracket, possession of omniscience. So in the next, we are still adding on this complex language. difference in language. So the one language works well, and then you put transfer into any language. Again, you add a lot of brackets. Okay, so through the possession of which here implicitly it is the omniscient mind. With the possession of omniscient mind helps subduers. Subduers refer to Buddhas. Buddhas who subdue to all the mental defilements. Subduers, the Buddhas, expound a variety of teachings. You got it? Okay, Joshua.
Okay, let us read this verse on page 5. I prostrate to the mothers of the hearers, the Bodhisattvas and the Buddhas, which through the knowledge of all the hearers seeking pacification and complete peace, which through the knowledge of art for those helping migrators to achieve the aims of the world, and through the possession of which helps subduers expound a variety of teachings. The one who has transformed into the reliable guide, motivated by altruism to benefit sentient beings, the teacher, Sugata, and protector, to you I make prostration. The one who has eliminated the web of conceptualization and is endowed with the divine bodies of the vast and the profound, who eternally shines forth with forever noble light rays, to you, the Buddha, I make prostration. Inspired by wisdom and compassion, today in the Buddha's presence, I generate the mind of full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. The essence of the dependent origination mantra. Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhava Hetum Te
Chandata gato hevatat desham chayo niroda evam vati mahashramana yesvaha. Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhava Hetum Desham Tatagato Hevatat Desham Chayo Niroda Evam Vati Mahashramana Yesvaha. Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhava Hetum Tesham Tatagato Yavata Desham Chayo Niroda Evam Vati Mahashramana Yesvaha.
The meaning of the Tenth Mantra. All phenomena arise from causes. The causes are taught by the Tathagata. The cessation of the causes as well is taught by the Great Seer. Profound, peaceful, elaboration-free, clear-light and non-composite. Such is the nectar-like Dharma I've discovered. Finding no one to fathom this teaching, in silence I will retire into the woods. Beyond utterance, thought, and expression is the perfection of wisdom, which is unborn, unceased, and has the nature of space. It is the object of apprehension of self-realized wisdom. To you, the mother of the Buddhas of the three types, I pay obeisance. The four seals of the Buddha's teachings. All composite things are impermanent. All contaminated things are the nature of suffering. All phenomena are the nature of emptiness and selflessness. Transcending sorrow is peace. The Guru is the Buddha. The Guru is the Dharma. Likewise, the Guru is the Sangha. The Guru is the source of everything wholesome. I go for refuge in the Guru. By the sound of the vibrant drum of Dharma, you liberate all beings of miseries. I beseech you to kindly remain and give teachings until the end of the expanse of billions of aeons. The Buddha does not wash the negativities of beings, nor does he remove their miseries by his hands. His spiritual realizations are not transferred to them. It is by teaching the truth of suchness that beings are liberated. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered in misery's gloom. Instructions on fasting from the four attachments. If you are attached to this life, you are not a spiritual practitioner. If you are attached to samsara, you have no renunciation. If you are attached to your own self-interest, you have no bodhicitta. If there is grasping, you do not have the view. Okay, let us turn to page 14. Page 14, praise to Shakyamuni Buddha. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the four-destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings and gods to be tamed, teacher of the gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer from the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. When, O Supreme amongst humans, you were born on this earth, you faced out 7 strides, then said, I am supreme in this world. To you who were wise then, I prostrate. With pure bodies formed supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the 3 worlds, winner of the best, Lord, to you I prostrate. With the supreme science, face like a spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Thus free like you, the 3 worlds are not, incomparable wise one, to you I prostrate. The Savior having great compassion, the Founder having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean, to you the Tathagata I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the low realms, the one path, the sublime pure reality, to the Dharma that pacifies, I prostrate. Those who are liberated and also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified with realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts, to you the Sangha I prostrate. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions, perform only perfect virtuous actions, subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a visual aberration, a flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud, see conditioned things as such. Through these merits may sentient beings attain the rank of all see, subdue the four of faults, and be delivered from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. Okay, let us now turn to page 29, 29. The Heart Sutra, the Perfection of Wisdom Sutra, Arya Bhagavati Prashna Samhita Pritaya Sutra. I prostrate to the Arya Triple-Gem. Thus did I hear at one time. The Buddha was dwelling on a mass of luscious mountain in Rajagaya, together with a great community of monks and a great community of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Buddha was absorbed in the concentration of categories of phenomena called profound illumination. Also at that time, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arya Avalokiteshvara looked upon the very practice of the profound illumination of wisdom and beheld those 5 aggregates also as empty of inherent nature. Then, through the power of the Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said this to the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arya Avalokiteshvara. How should any child of the lineage who wishes to practice the activity of the profound perfection of wisdom train? He said that, and the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arya Avalokiteshvara said this to the Venerable Shariputra. Shariputra, any son of the lineage or daughter of the lineage who wishes to practice the activity of the profound perfection of wisdom should look upon it like this, correctly and repeatedly beholding those 5 aggregates also as empty of inherent nature. Form is empty, emptiness is form, emptiness is not other than form, form is also other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, likewise, all phenomena are empty. Without characteristic, unproduced, unceased, stainless, not without stain, not deficient, not fulfilled. Shariputra, therefore, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no compositional factors, no consciousness, no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no visual form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no object of touch, and no phenomenon. There is no I element, and so on, up to and including no mind element and no mental consciousness element. There is no ignorance, no extinction of ignorance, and so on, up to and including no aging and death, and existing aging and death. Similarly, there is no suffering, origination, cessation, and path. There is no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Shariputra, therefore, because there is no attainment, Bodhisattvas rely on and dwell in the perfection of wisdom, the mind without obscuration, and thus without fear. Having completely passed beyond error, they reach the end point of Nirvana. All the Buddhas who dwell in the three times also manifestly completely awaken to unsurpassable, perfect, complete enlightenment in reliance on the perfection of wisdom. Therefore, the mantra of perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the mantra equal to the unequal, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, should be known as truth, since it is not false. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is declared, Dayata Om Date Gate Paratate Parasamyate Bodhiswaha. Shariputra, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva should train in the profound perfection of wisdom like that. Then the Buddha arose from the concentration and commended the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arya Avalokiteshvara, saying, well said, son of the age. It is like that, it is like that. One should practice the profound perfection of wisdom, just as you have indicated. Even the Tathagatas rejoice. The Buddha having thus spoken, the Venerable Sharanpatiputra, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arya Avalokiteshvara, those surrounding in their entirety, along with the gods, humans, asuras, and Gandharvas, were overjoyed and highly praised as spoken by the Buddha. This completes the Arya Bhagavati Prashna Paramita Hridaya Sutra. Dayata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhiswaha 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 Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhiswaha. By the teachings of the three supreme jewels possessing the power of truth, may the inner and outer hindrances be transformed. May they be dispelled. May they be non-existent. May they be pacified. May all negative forces opposed to the Dharma be completely pacified. May the host of 80,000 obstacles be pacified. May we be separated from problems and conditions harmful to the Dharma. May all enjoyments be in accord with the Dharma. May auspiciousness and perfect happiness pervade this place now. Okay, let us turn to page 35, 35. Eight verses for training the mind by Geshe-la. With a determination to achieve the highest aim for the benefit of all sentient beings, which surpasses even the wish fulfilling them, may I hold them here at all times. Whenever I interact with someone, may I view myself as the lowest amongst all, and from the very depths of my heart, respectfully hold others as superior. In all my deeds, may I probe into my mind, and as soon as mental and emotional afflictions arise, as they endanger myself and others, may I strongly confront them and avert them, When I see beings of unpleasant character and those oppressed by strong negativity and suffering, I hold them dear, for they are rare to find, as if I've discovered a jewel treasure. When others out of jealousy treat me wrongly with abuse, slander, and scorn, may I take upon myself the defeat and offer to others the victory. When someone whom I have helped or in whom I have placed great hopes mistreats me in extremely hurtful ways, may I regard him still as my precious teacher. In brief, may I offer benefit and joy to all my mothers, both directly and indirectly. May I quietly take upon myself all hurts and pains of my mothers. May all this remain undefiled by the stains of the 8 mundane concerns, and may I, recognizing all things as illusions, devoid of clinging, be released from bondage. Lama Sutama, Lamrim Dedication Prayer, verse 1. From my 2 collections, vast and space, that I amassed from working with effort and practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose minds will survive blinded by ignorance. 7-day practice, excerpt from the King of Prayers, the extraordinary aspiration for the practice of Samantabhadra. I bow down to the youthful Arya Manjushri. You, the Buddhas, the lions amongst humans, gone to freedom in the present, past, and future, in the worlds of 10 directions. To all of you with body, speech, and sincere mind, I bow down. With the energy of aspiration for the Bodhisattva way, with a sense of deep respect, and with as many bodies as atoms of the world, to all you Buddhas visualized as real, I bow down. On every particle of Buddhas, numberless as particles, each amidst the host of Bodhisattvas, and I'm confident the sphere of all phenomena is entirely filled with Buddhas in this way, with infinite oceans of praise for you, and oceans of sound from the aspect of my voice. I sing the breathtaking excellence of Buddhas, and celebrate all of you Sudatas. Beautiful flowers and regal gardens, sweet music, scented oils and parasols, sparkling lights and sublime incense, I offer to you victorious ones of Buddhas. Fine threads and fragrant perfumes, sandalwood powder heaped high as Mount Meru, all wondrous offerings in spectacular array, I offer to you victorious ones. With transcendent offerings fearless and vast, with profound admiration for all the Buddhas, with strength and conviction in the Bodhisattva way, I offer and bow down to all victorious ones. Every humble action I have done with my body, speech, and mind, overwhelmed by attachment, anger, and ignorance, all this I openly lay bare before you. I lift up my heart and rejoice in all the merits of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in 10 directions, of solitary realizers here still training and those beyond, and of all ordinary beings. You who are the bright lights of the world's 10 directions, who have attained a Buddha's omniscience through the stages of awakening, all of you who are my guides, please turn the supreme will down. With arms together, I earnestly request you who may actualize Pradinirvana, please stay with us for aeons numberless as atoms of the world, for the happiness and well-being of all sons and goodness and samskara. Whatever slight merit I may have accumulated by making prostrations, offering, and confessing, rejoicing and requesting that the Buddha stay and teach, I now dedicate all this for the full awakening of all beings. Let us turn to page 40 for the short mandala offering. We'll say in English first before staying in Tibetan. This ground, anointed with perfumes, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, the 4 continents, the sun and the moon, I imagine this as a Buddha field and offer it. May all sentient beings enjoy this pure land.
O Sajebha Joshe
Four dharmas of Venerable Dhamma. May I be blessed that my mind is directed towards the Dharma. May I be blessed that my Dharma practice is on the proper path. May I be blessed that the path is free of flaws. May I be blessed that the flaws are seen in the light of exalted wisdom. The four dharmas of Venerable Bhikshu Mahasattva, becoming utterly frustrated with the ignorance that grasps the true existence, please bless me to generate with renunciation, seeing all aspects of samsara as viciously repulsive. Please bless me that my mind stream overflows with the precious bodhicitta that cherishes others more than myself. Please bless me to have an immaculate experience of the wisdom of emptiness that does not diffuse the atom of intrinsic reality on the basis of understanding how things come into being by dependent origination through mere conditioning. Please bless me that my mind stream overflows with the precious wisdom of non-duality of bliss and happiness. Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kandirayana. Page 42, the foundation of all good qualities by Lama Tsongkhapa. The foundation of all good qualities is the kind and perfect pure Guru. Correct devotion to him is the rule of the path. By seeking this and applying great effort, please bless me to rely upon him with great respect. Understanding that the precious freedom of this rebirth is found only once, is greatly meaningful and is difficult to find again. Please bless me to generate a mind that unceasingly day and night takes this. This life is as impermanent as a water bubble. Remember how quickly it decays and death comes. After death, just like the shadow follows the body, the results of virtuous and non-virtuous karmas follow. Finding firm and definite conviction in this, please bless me always to be careful, to abandon even the slightest negativity and accomplish all virtuous deeds. Samsaric splendors are unsatisfying and unreliable. Seeking them is a door to all suffering. Recognizing these shortcomings, please bless me to generate a strong wish for the bliss of liberation. Led by this pure thought, mindfulness, alertness, and great caution arise. The root of the teaching is keeping the Pratimoksha vows. Please bless me to accomplish this essential practice. Just as I have fallen into the sea of samsara, so have all mother migratory beings. Please bless me to see this, train in supreme bodhicitta, and bear the responsibility of freeing migratory beings. Even if I develop bodhicitta, but I don't practice the three types of morality, I will not achieve enlightenment. With my clear recognition of this, please bless me to practice the bodhisattva vows with great energy. Once I specify distractions to wrong objects and correctly analyze the meaning of reality, please bless me to generate quickly within my mind stream the unified path of karma guiding and spectral insight. Having become a pure vessel by training in the general path, please bless me to enter the holy gateway of the fortunate ones, the supreme Vajra vehicle. At that time, the basis of accomplishing two attainments is keeping pure vows and samadhi. As I become firmly convinced of this, please bless me to protect these vows and pledges throughout my life. Then, having realized the importance of the two stages, the essence of Mahāyāna, by practicing with great energy, never giving up on the four sessions, please bless me to realize the teaching of the Holy Guru. Like that, may the Gurus who showed a noble path and the spiritual friends who practices and long lives, please bless me to pacify completely all outer and inner hindrances. In all my life, never separated from perfect Gurus, may I enjoy the magnificent Dharma by completing the qualities of the stages and paths. May I quickly attain the state of Nirvana. Nixema mantra, we will say first in English, followed by the mantra itself. You are Avalokiteshvara, great treasure of non-referential compassion, and Manjushri, master of flawless wisdom, as well as Vajrapani, destroyer of faults of demons without exception. Sankara, crown jewel of the sages of the land snows. Losandrapa, At your feet, I make prostration.
Meaningful mantra once more. You are of the Ishvara, great treasure of love, reference, and compassion, and Manjushri, master of the flawless wisdom, as well as Vajrapani, destroy both the demons without exception. Sangha, crown you with the sages of the lotus nose, often top by at your feet and make prostrations. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, next, generating the mother consummate yoga in Tibetan. First, the 5 minutes of shamatha meditation. Okay. Today we'll try renunciation, the 4 seals without instruction. Let's try. And followed by Bodhichitta for immeasurables also without instruction. Just try if you can, how much you can do. And then tomorrow we'll do with instructions. Are you ready? Renunciation is to renounce our miseries. To renounce the miseries, we need to know how to renounce causes of the miseries. To renounce the miseries, we need to know the cause, how to renounce causes of the miseries. And cause of the miseries, the Buddha indicated, Ye dharma hetu prabhava hetum desham tathagato yevatat. All contaminant, the season comes of afflictions is nirvana. Comes of afflictions arise from conceptualization of inappropriate attention, which in turn arises from the elaboration of self-grasp and ignorance, and the elaboration ceases through the wisdom of emptiness. That the miseries, they are identified to be related to contaminant karmas, afflictions, inappropriate attention, and self-grasp and ignorance. Finally, Buddha indicated root cause of miseries is ignorance. And ignorance, Buddha taught on the many levels of ignorance, out of which the 4 of they particularly taught ignorance which misconceives impermanent phenomena as permanent, ignorance which misconceives miseries as happiness, and ignorance which misconceives impure things as pure, and finally which misconceives what is selfless nature as of selfhood. And to counteract the 4 misconceptions, the levels of ignorance, the Buddha taught the first 3 seals, and the 4th one is the resultant state of the practice of the first 3 seals. So, first seal, all composite things impermanent. terminate the things of suffering nature. Think of the contaminated things of suffering nature, the three kinds of suffering. It's extremely painful to even think of these, and we actually go through these sufferings. Yes, one moment of such a tragedy of the loss of near dear ones and so forth, for the women people and for more evolved beings, the suffering change, and the most evolved beings, the pervasive condition suffering, to be seen as the worst of the miseries. Nirbara Acharya Dharmakirti in his text, Brahmanapataka said, when the Buddha taught the truth of sufferings to identify, the Buddha meant the third level. Of course, we need to recognize the first and second, but it is only to identify the third, on top of the first two, that we can think of generating a genuine renunciation, which alone can help us to be the impetus to apply the wisdom of repentance to eradicate the afflictive obscurations that one experiences in fearlessness. So, think of these three kinds of miseries as extremely tiring and exhausting. And when will this stop? 2004 stopped on its own. And when will these stop? There will never be a day when these will stop on their own. The three kinds of impermanence. One, whose impermanent, whose continuum terminates invariably, like 2024, like your youth, like any kind of joys, happiness, birthday party, and so forth, they terminate. Second class of impermanent phenomena, whose continuum never terminates, like mind, time, and so forth. And the third class of impermanent phenomena continuum stops only if you put a concerted effort. Into what kind of effort is required to terminate these miseries? Our miseries, endless tears of the pains of samsara, they will never stop on their own until we put effort. What kind of effort is required? Identify the root, and then we'll know what the effort is required. Root is ignorance, so naturally the effort required is the wisdom. Which wisdom? The wisdom is the discerning mind, whose apprehension of the object has with reality. What's reality? The reality is what the indicator is the third seal. Everything's nature, absence, selflessness. Okay, let's quickly meditate. Today we'll meditate on absence of somebody who you love so much, your mom, your dad, your child, your husband, your wife, or whatever, whosoever. One person who you love so much. How does the person appear to you? like a dream, subject real, or like so solidified, objectified there, independent of your mind, of course, so objectified there. This belief is known as self-grasping ignorance. And how do you know that this, viewing this person as object real, is ignorance and that it is not a valid mind? How do you know that? Okay, to evaluate, they remember what Arinigajala taught. If the mirage go to the water, one not those close by the mirage see water. With a similar token for reasoning, if this person to whom I love so much would exist objectively, why don't I see this person as go closer to the object? Going closer to the object, which is technically known as subjecting the person to ultimate analysis. First, we see a very thin layer of skin of that person. Behind that, the fatty tissues. Behind that, the whole skeleton. The heart, the lungs, the liver, pancreas, stomach. And those all solid parts constitute element of earth. And of course, the element of earth is inanimate, and this person is an animate object. It's very different. Element of next element of water. 4 liters of blood which is pumped in and out by the heart to different parts of the body. Of course, that's again is an inanimate object, and a person that I've looked before is an animate object, animate person, animate being. Element fire, 2,600 joules of energy, in other words, the body heat. Of course, that is not identified as intrinsically as a person. Element of air, 4.6 liters of air that the person breathes in and out through the lungs. Of course, that's also not identified as a person. Element of space, 99.99% of the person's body is made of space, and yet this person is a solid person and a space vacuum in nature. That also is not compatible with the person. Finally, and the consciousness or the mind. We can see the person, but we cannot see the person's mind. And the person is male, the person is female. The mind is on the gender. The gender is posited based on the body. So this mind is also not the person. So now, what do you see? In the answer of this ultimate analysis, you are seeing 6 elements. Which of the 6 elements is to identify as intrinsically as the person? In other words, the person that you already saw as objectively real, where is that? So if at all something's there, the person objectively real, then there are only 2 possibilities. Only 2 possibilities, meaning it pervades to the 2 possibilities. The moment both are ruled out, we see that nothing is there, the object existed in the person I love. And the first possibility, the 6 elements. Just the which 6 elements is to identify subjectively as the person. Not at all. And to be one with its parts. These 6 elements are the parts. Now, if they are not, these 6 elements are the parts, it's not identified as subjectively as one with the self. See if there's something exists different from these parts. Remove the 6 elements. What happens? Nothing is left there. Now, both the possibilities for the person to exist objectively are ruled out. So now tell me from object, where is this person? No way to be seen. Stay in this experience for a while. This is known as meditative experience, meditative equipoise of the space like emptiness. Okay. Now, try to shift your mind from the ultimate analysis to the conventional analysis. Again, the person comes back. It appears. Objective is empty, 100% sure, but subjective it appears, therefore it's like illusion. This is what Lama Zopa identified as the post-meditative experience of the illusion like emptiness. Okay, let us now go back to the ultimate analysis. Again, the person disappears. Objectively, it is 100% sure that this person enters objective reality. Okay. This is amazing practice, meditation, profound. But what's the benefit of this? Yes. Just as the person dissolves into the experience of emptiness, all our sorrow, sickness, aging, death, tension, depression, anxiety, anguish, and so forth, all these mental ills, physical ailments, when subject to ultimate analysis, they will likewise disappear. All your sorrows, all the sorrows disappear. All the mental disturbance disappear. Oh, that's amazing. And the absolute peace dawns in you. This is what the Buddha indicated as the fourth seal. Transcending sorrow is absolute peace. Stay in this experience for a while. Then in the experience of emptiness, all the souls are transcended and absolute peace dawns in you. Stay in this experience for a while. I generate very strong desire, aspiration. May I forever remain in this experience of emptiness, where all my sorrows are transcended. This aspiration is the ultimate understanding of the renunciation. Okay. Let's slowly move to the practice of Bodhichitta. Take a few seconds rest to move to Bodhichitta practice. Are you good? Ready? Bodhichitta. Okay, for the Bodhichitta, we use the four principles. Okay, now let's try if you can do that, the four principles. Ready? As I indicate each of the four principles, so the first, how good would it be? Number two, may. Number three, the Buddhist Bodhisattva, I take responsibility. Number four, the Buddhist Bodhisattva is very happy, and for next to lines. And then number five, you feel the miracle and feel the joy and silent relief. You ready? But with the first Bodhichitta is the aspiration to become Buddha, awaken your hidden treasure, to benefit yourself, your experience total fearlessness, infinite happiness for yourself, and share the same wisdom to all dimensions of beings. This is what technically, what Arimathea, they summarize the teaching of Buddha by saying that the Bodhichitta is the altruistic intention to become Buddha for the benefit of sentient beings. For that, as a preliminary practice, the four immeasurable, immeasurable loving kindness. Okay, don't miss to remember these the 5 points as part of this practice. And when I move to the second immeasurable, you slowly wind up the first one and move to the second. immeasurable compassion, immeasurable joy, immeasurable equanimity, Abundance experience of the underscore of immeasurables is the unconditional love for all the dimensional beings. Abundance experience of the unconditional love, which is going to be the foundation for you to generate Bodhichitta, which in turn is going to be the main cause for you to be awakened, to become Buddha. With folded hands, we'll make Bodhichitta 3 times together. May I become Buddha for the benefit of all my dear brothers and sentient beings. May I become Buddha for the benefit of all my dear brothers and sentient beings. May I become Buddha for the benefit of all my dear brothers and sentient beings. Slowly transform this beautiful mind Bodhichitta to spotless and clean moon disk, horizontally sitting on the heart. It's amazing that we made such a courageous commitment to become Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings. Remember, no matter how much you squeeze 100%, all comes at least. I know that. I have potential within me, incredibly great treasure within me, which is technically known as Buddha nature. But if this were the case, how come that it's not awakened since time immemorial till today? Yes, it's all because that I'm being deceived by the two demons till today, till date. Self-grasping innocence and attitude. I'm going to do everything to extend the two demons. I'm disillusioned by them today. Okay, what I'm going to do? I'm going to introduce a very powerful remedy. What is that remedy? The wisdom of emptiness. What is that like? Let's quickly retrieve the experience with the wisdom of emptiness, which we did as the third of the four seals. Okay, think of you are the person we love so much, be it your dad, mom, brother, sister, child, whatever. And how does this person appear to you? Of course, so objectively real. This belief that the person exists objectively real, that is self-grasping ignorance. How do you know that? How do you know that this ignorance? To evaluate this, remember what I had in the election taught. If the mirage would be water, or not those close with the mirage, you water. But a similar tool in reasoning, if this person would exist objectively, why don't I see this person as a go closer to object? Okay, now let us go closer to object, which is technically known as subjective personal ultimate analysis. With this, we end up seeing 6 elements: and earth, water, fire, air, space, and consciousness. If the person does exist objectively, these are the only two possibilities, only two options. The person existing as objectively pervades, has provision on these two possibilities. Now let's check which of the two possibilities holds true. The first, the 6 elements. No way, in our ultimate analysis, these 6 elements appear very different from that person. Of course, these are not identified. The person not identified is intrinsically one with these parts, and you are being intrinsically one with these parts. Now we look for the second option to see if the person exists intrinsically different from these 6 elements. Remove the 6 elements. What happens? The person disappears altogether. Now that the two possibilities are ruled out, now tell me, where is this person objectively? No way to be seen. This is what I'm discovering now. Objectively, the person is 100% empty. Students experience worldwide. Slowly transform this most fearless mind of the wisdom of emptiness into a spotlessly clean, thumb-sized white vajra, vertically sitting on the multi-scalar heart. Okay, now it is amazing you have the non-dual, the blaze of non-dual bodhicittas. The moon symbolic of the conventional bodhicitta to extend the self-centered attitude, and the vajra symbol of the ultimate bodhicitta, a symbol of ultimate bodhicitta, extend all the mental defilements, both afflicted and confirmed creations. That guarantees that you're going to experience the fearlessness, infinite happiness. That's amazing, so precious. But remember, your two parents, all your children, your members, everyone is suffering. Generate a very strong compassion to all things. This compassion invokes the wisdom in the heart to multiply infinite number of times. Share one side of the wisdom in the heart of the mother, one side baby, 1 year at the heart of the father, each one of the children, the members, each one of the beings here in India, human beings, animals, insects, herbivores, godbirds, spirits, each of the beings in their own country, in the vast oceans, in the wilderness, in the entire Milky Way galaxy, in the entire universe. Everyone got a share of the Virgin Mother. No matter how tiny the organism is, a tiny unicellular organism, amoeba, to the biggest of the blue whales and the elephants and the dinosaurs, so much, all these creatures in the past and in the other world systems. Okay. Meanwhile, let's also not forget the Buddhist Bodhisattvas they were watching us. One that we invite all the Buddhist Bodhisattvas to be the witness and a guest to undertake the ceremony of taking aspects of Bodhisattva. As Geshe making the request that Sula stand to make, along with stand up 3 prostrations to all Buddhist Bodhisattvas, and let's make prostration along with the ultimate ceremonies 3 times together. Okay, let's turn to page 50. Let's contemplate the meanings of the words very clearly and imagine the Buddha's Bodhisattvas with us as you requested. And just imagine that you're a little girl and little boy for the first time in your life making public appearance on behalf of school, and that at the same time you are very responsible as a little boy. You bring along with all your siblings to also to give them a chance. So it's exactly what you do to all the different beings. You bring everybody, those who passed away, those who are alive, everyone with you to take this aspect of Bodhisattva. And the Buddhas of Bodhisattva, they're watching us like your parents. So with this mind, let's recite from verses by contemplating meanings. I go for refuge to the triple gem. I confess the negativities individually. I rejoice in the virtues of all the beings. I hold the precious fruit in my heart. I go for refuge in the triple gem. I confess the negativities individually. I rejoice in the virtues of all the beings. I hold the precious fruit in my heart. I go for refuge in the triple gem. I confess the negativities individually. I rejoice in the virtues of all the beings. I hold the precious fruit in my heart. Gurus, Buddhas, and Bodhisattvas, please be heed to me. Just as previous Buddhas have generated by the Bodhichitta, and just as the successful dwelling Buddhas have practices, but once for the benefit of all sentient beings, I will generate the Bodhichitta and the Geshe-la 2 successful dwelling Buddhas have practices. Gurus, Buddhas, and Bodhisattvas, please be heed to me. Just as previous Buddhas have generated the Bodhichitta, and just as they successfully dwelling Buddhas have practices, likewise for the benefit of all sentient beings, I will generate the Bodhichitta and the Geshe-la 2 successful dwelling Buddhas have practices. Gurus, Buddhas, and Bodhisattvas, please be heed to me. Just as the previous Buddhas have generated the Bodhichitta, and just as the successful dwelling Buddhas have practices, likewise for the benefit of all sentient beings, I will generate the Bodhichitta and the Geshe-la 2 successful dwelling Buddhas have practices. Gurus, Buddhas, and Bodhisattvas, please be heed to me. Just as the previous Buddhas have generated the Bodhichitta, And just as they successfully develop the course of practices, what's for the benefit of all sentient beings. And Lama Shala too successfully in the course of practices, just for the joy of a vocabulary received across aspiration Bodhisattva vows. And just imagine living with mother after many years of receiving complaints from school principal. Today when school principal comes, just imagine how apprehensive, how sad she is that again has to listen to complaint over you. School principal says, no, we came here to congratulate you. That is something daughter told them my products as best students in school for this year. Mother couldn't believe her eyes, ears, the joys of the tears of joy, the welling up her eyes. This is exactly what happened to Bodhisattva. They're so happy. This happiness and pride of Bodhisattva feel due to you invokes the version more, the full-fledged form to multiply infinite number of times. Like rain shower, they descend to much with the one that efficiency of the heart, thereby being known to all, stabilized, and blessed. Likewise, all the applicants, innumerable infinite number of the washing from Bodhisattvas, they descend to much with the one at one, with the one that efficiency of the heart of the mother, and the heart of the father, each one of children and equal beings in India, in the one country, in the wilderness, in the oceans, in the entire world, in the whole galaxy, in the entire the universe, thereby becoming known to all, stabilized, and blessed. It's amazing. To read this is the best way by which you repeat comes for all the times, and today you've done this. And the Buddha declared, one moment of generating compassion far extensively gives you the universe filled with gems and offer to Buddhist Bodhisattvas. If this were to be the case, what I mentioned of our activity as Bodhisattva. And those of us who already took the full-fledged Bodhisattva, and this also becomes a ceremony for you to take the full-fledged Bodhisattva. And those who have never received this before, full-fledged Bodhisattva, this is you to the aspects of Bodhisattva. So, this is the greatest of offerings that you will make to our Bodhisattvas. Today we made it. And of your life, this is the greatest meaning. We've given such a meaning to your life. There's nothing more important than this. This is what we should make you experience fearless, total fearlessness and infinite happiness. All the rest that we do, 99.9% of what we are doing, is just for the survival of this body. That's it. And nothing to do with the getting fearlessness and infinite happiness. And what we're doing today, what you did today, this is what the seed to actually make you awaken the experience of the fearless and infinite happiness. This is the greatest meaning of life, and you've given such meaning to this life of humans. And all these three wonders that are happening with the blessings of our Bodhisattvas. As a gesture of thanking them, let us once more stand to the three precious of the ultimate essential needs to all those Bodhisattvas. Page 51. Throughout my future lifetimes, may I always be guided by the compassionate Buddha and be able to uphold the true precious Bodhichitta saved across my life. Throughout my future lifetimes, may I always be guided by the compassionate Buddha and be able to uphold the true precious Bodhichitta saved across my life. throughout my future lifetimes, may always be guided by the compassionate Buddha and be able to uphold the true precious Bodhichitta that's given across my life. In order to further increase this Bodhichitta from now on, those with discernment who have lucid the stage and awakened mind of Bodhichitta in this way should highly praise in the following manner. Today my life has borne fruit, having well obtained this human existence. I've been born in the family of the Buddha, and now one of the true Buddha's children. Thus, what actions I do from now on must be in accord with the family. Never shall I disgrace or pollute this noble and unsolied race. Just like a blind man discovering a jewel in a heap of rubbish, likewise one sudden coincidence, awakened mind has been born within me. It is the supreme ambrosia that overcomes sovereign death. It is the inexhaustible treasure that eliminates all poverty in the world. It is the supreme medicine that cures the world's disease. It is a tree that shelters all beings wandering entirely on the path of conditioned existence. It is the universal bridge that leads to freedom from unhappy states of birth. It is the dawning moon of the mind that dispels the torment of disturbing conceptions. It is the great sun that finally removes the mistakeness of the world. It is the quintessential butter from the churn of the middle Dharma. For all those guys traveling on the path of conditioned existence, who wish to experience the bounties of happiness, this will satisfy them with joy and actually place them in supreme bliss. Today, in the presence of all the protectors and all the world to be guests at the festival of tender ultimate delight, may God make us all joyful. I dedicate the matters thus gathered first to realize the deeds in the prayers of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas for 3 times until the Poland doctrine, scripture, and insight, and all life truth uphold this merit. Never separate from the perfect Gurus. Never separate from the 4 beats of the mind and vehicle, and accomplish all the stages of the path, renunciation, Bodhicitta, perfecting the 2 stages. From my 2 collections, vast the space that have amassed, from working with effort at this practice for a great number of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose minds wisdom has planted their ignorance. Okay, Bodhisattva praise.
Segerimbo tabo jibeku shayegebo yoma chaseno mone mone Mahamona Yeswaha Om Muni Muni Mahamona Yeswaha Om Muni Muni Mahamona Yeswaha Om Muni Mona Yeswaha Om Muni Muni Mahamona Yeswaha Om Muni Muni Mahamona Yeswaha